I gave my everything in support of Dr. Samura for ensure say win. Unfortunately, will not succeed.
The program will be watch now Voices at 7. They come to live on Voices Online TV, on Facebook and on YouTube. And we'll get the unifier, Dr. Richard Conteh, at the studio this morning for talk about political aspiration and other issues that would happen around the country. Doc, we don't talk small bit about the name unifier. And recently we see you do a ton of different patterns at the world. Tell me about then town hall meetings there will you be all?
Well, every year at the make a point of duty for me for reach out to Sierra Leoneans in and out of the country. I go around the country and talk to Sierra Leoneans, listen to their concerns, listen to their perspectives, listen to their views. And then I also reach out of the country, go to different countries around the world, also sit down with Sierra Leoneans for listen. One country where politicians they know they go no more so na Canada.
Okay.
Oftentimes, if they have to go, if they get for go at all, then they stop now at Toronto. But this time I decide for go as far as Vancouver. We're at the extreme end, when at 8 hours time difference with Salone. I go now Winnipeg, Manitoba, and then of course I can Toronto. In all of these places, I hold open town hall meetings where every Sierra Leonean, regardless of your political persuasion, can come and let's talk Sierra Leone. Let's address the issues. And I open myself up for make person ask me any kind of question where you feel for ask. So I've done this in Canada, I've done this in the United States, in different locations. I've done same in the UK.
Okay.
And so...
So in all of this, what are the things that we pick out, we are like concern to Sierra Leoneans then?
Well, the cost of living. A very serious concern. And you know, say anything where they happen at Salone, they affect the people in the diaspora because now they receive the pressure. And so, a very serious concern. Then also they get concerned about the cost of importing items. You know, when they ship items, na Sierra Leone for we people there, when they can Wataki for can receive these items, the complexities for clear their goods, and the amount of money whether they ask for them, whether just humanitarian items is so high, and plenty of them that they end up for abandon. The things at the ports, some things that they even left, they are rotting. You know, and some of these things are donations from well-wishers out there where they can. So then they feel frustrated. They're also seriously concerned about the human rights abuses, where they take will not get freedom of speech. This country, they don't shrink the space for people therefore express themselves on issues. They're very serious, and with this hearing from time to time issues about they don't beat this person here, they don't kill this person here, they don't choke this person here. You know, generally, the human rights abuse to the point that even the International Human Rights Commission don't raise serious concern about the human institution of this country. Very worrisome, you know, and also the issue about the opposition, where yes, we might have our own issues as an opposition, but at the same time, we don't find out, say, the space for the opposition for operates in a free, fair, transparent, democratic dispensation, you know, exists. You know, and the security forces, regrettably, are complicit in this whole scenario. And those things, then, as well, issues already they raise. And so, then the desire for make the country go change. Because so plenty of them want to come back.
Okay.
And can contribute. But of course, if you not get a particular surname or you not belong to a particular political party, you not stand a chance. And that is not good enough for the country.
So how you come inside in all of this?
I'm a Sierra Leonean, I'm a businessman, I'm a small-time politician, so I'm concerned.
So now they don't want to stop small-time politician? You know the aspiration for go above that?
Well, you see, politicians don't forever see themselves above being above the people.
Now, what
it's about service.
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, being a small person, Sierra Leone, 1 among 8 million people. So it's very small. And I get a desire for offer myself, for serve me people when the time is ripe. And so before you do that, it's always good for take decisions from an informed point of view. You know, not just grab and say because you don't hear it now, they say election don't come, aspirant jamboree, all man they declare. No. I don't try one thing. You know, I don't learn some lessons. So if I want to go back, I not for just jump again. Because I don't get a fair idea about
how the process.
Beside the alligator, then they beside the stone, then
so they will navigate to what
so I get for consult a bit more. And right now they're at the stage of those consultations, those listening tours, and those engaging with critical stakeholders. Eventually, I will take a decision either way. And when I reach that decision, I will make it public.
Okay, in case they give the opportunity, which you will make difference, because with all in consultation, it look like you get knowledge of everything that happen.
Yes. If they give me the opportunity for be the flag bearer for the APC, one thing where I go do, by that I go take deliberate steps for unify first with party. Which I go make sure say every member of the party feel himself as a stakeholder in the party. I will make the party a real all people's Congress, not some people's Congress. I will reach out to everybody, the aggrieved, the happy, the not too happy, for make we come back together and address those concerns. After that, or as I do that, I will also reach out to the other side, those Sierra Leoneans who are not APC, but some of them are active in politics, some are not active in politics. It's not a crime, but we have to try to make everybody embrace each other. Any political party will not able to get a national appeal in order to survive politically. So I will take deliberate steps for reach out to everybody all over the country, bring people together, make we get a common purpose, a common determination, a common desire for moving this country forward.
Doc, you make mention, say you will unify the party. You want to foresee currently there is no unity in the APC?
No. I know they say there is no unity.
Okay.
There are tensions, there are differences, and it's not strange. The only thing where a bit unsettling is the high level of misinformation and disinformation. You know, and that is not very helpful. It fuel a lot of acrimony unnecessarily. You know, and I think so. We will learn as politicians for say the truth, and if we just learn for the say the truth, regardless how difficult it be for say the truth, I think so it could be helpful. Also, the idea about we politicians getting with surrogates for the go after we political opponents just because they don't agree with we on particular issues, or they don't favor we on particular issues is very, very bad. Because when you eventually get what you aspire for, you get to need these people. You get to need them for able to work together for move the process forward. So we have those tensions, and then of course we also get the rumor mill. Now we party, we also the help the situation. Wherein today we say this person yourself one be flag bearer, when in reality this person here they occupy certain position and therefore is supposed for be neutral and that stuff, but instead one for a job to the rest, and so it creates your tensions. Or this person here they support this person and don't ask this person here for make it snap. Whatever the veracity or otherwise of those statements, in order help. Okay. It's unsettling.
So how does the Hamburg the APC currently for function as a vibrant opposition party?
It's unsettling. It creates some half-half tensions. It creates some half-half acrimony, so half-half divisions.
So whose role do they play as one senior figure in the party for make sure see some of them things there?
They engage with stakeholders across the board. For make we try to understand, say, hey, these types of things need to stop. And we need to come together. And they speak truth to power. You know, one good or bad thing about Richard Conteh that I will always speak my mind. And I will always say the truth. You know, because at the end of the day, Now that they inform whether I get integrity or not. And the truth and
so
the
Doc, you are saying a politician will get integrity?
Yes.
You want to show instance where it proves you not post will get integrity?
They don't try me, accuse me of all types of criminal or fraudulent accusations under APC, under SLPP, at least 4, 5, 6 times. I win all. They are, case after case, they find out, say, the accusations are false, no evidence against me. If it be only happen under APC, then they will say, they just arrange among them. But even under SLPP, where because I be engage them on issues over elections and other national issues, I still don't want them in my office. Then call me, say that they can arrest me. I say for what? They say me $11 million. I say how? Oh, that we been be Minister of Trade, they've been give the country grants, that money they identify. I say I don't know how government they operate. And I feel say what they say in a minister, the way they give grants, they say minister, I can't suitcase the law, can't load the money for him, I can go. But I don't know how government they work. And I don't even know say the Minister of Trade not to even open the account for the money, not even see them. Everything comes through the Minister of Finance, they want to go to the Bank of Salon and all of that. And to make everything, any money commodity, there's a process. No, they can't hold me for, they lock me for 5 days for nothing. After 5 days, they investigate me for 3 years. After 3 years, they write report. They say the money in the Bank of Salon. You notify the money.
So I consider the entire action.
But this is the injustice, level of injustice with this country. You know, that because you're not government, you get the liberty for whole person, you trample upon a liberty, you cause distress for your entire family and circle of friends and well-wishers, and you subject them to inhuman treatment. Because if you go to CID and sleep there for one night, you go know what it means for sleep na CID for one night. Aside for they don't self, they take you out of the comfort of your home, put you through all of these types of things, only at the end of the day, after 3 years of putting you under pressure, they could not even charge you.
The government will ever apologize to you and get back to you?
They never apologize.
You ever wish for them to apologize to you in instantly?
Well, ideally, yes. You know, but for me, not the apology I need. Make them stop for do that. Make other person do that. And that is one of the reasons why I did into politics. I want for make sure say we build a Sierra Leone where everybody will be treated fairly, your human rights will be respected. We say you feel aggrieved, you can go to the police person for seek redress. You know, go see this police could turn against you because in loyalty not only to the state but to the government, where you can go to the court for seek redress and you believe, you can take the government to court and believe, say, you will get justice.
But you think that's possible now this alone?
Very possible.
Under whose government?
Under a government led by Richard Conteh.
The program
and waiting to make it possible, now because we're going to sure say anybody we find guilty of impinging upon the fundamental human rights and the justice of a Sierra Leonean will face the full force of the law. I think say, if we set a few examples, Solomon, I'm not afraid. We just need to set a few examples, and everybody knows say if you do it again, regardless of who that you be, regardless of your status, I think when we get that discipline,
so it's possible to get a fair and just Sierra Leone under this government.
Under Richard Conteh.
You think it's not possible for get a fair and just government under this a fair and just government?
For make you even talk about justice, make your own government be just first. Make your own government be legal first and legitimate. But if the legality of your very government is questionable, I will talk about justice. So this government cannot dispense justice. Because in themselves, their legitimacy is questionable.
Okay. The program you watch now, Voices at 7. We come to you live on Voices Online TV. And at the studio this morning, we get Dr. Richard Conteh, winner, member of the All People's Congress, and they aspire for being leader of this country one day. The conversation, they continue. Yourself can be part of the conversation. Drop a question or comment or concern. Now, comment section on Facebook and YouTube. Doc, for a long time now, this country does the yearn for a voice when things not go right. Why you as a politician, if you don't take the back seat?
I'll not take back seat.
Okay, well, what happened?
We party get a structure.
Okay.
And when the party called on me and gave me a specific responsibility for carry out, I did one to the best of my ability. You know, before you talk, you forget a locus for talk. Forget a right for talk. You know, and on those issues. So that is why when I be see in the past dispensation, I be always to go out and talk on behalf of the party. Now, I'm talking as Richard Conteh. And I take responsibility with I talk as Richard Conteh. Because I don't find out, say, it is becoming too much. And like you say, the silence is too much. And I believe, say, somebody has to speak out. And me believe, say, I owe to the people of this country for speak my mind on a range of issues, for enlighten people about these issues. Because, as I say, the level of disinformation and misinformation, it don't pass back. And sometimes I want to use my privileged position for say I know a bit about some of these issues for help bring clarity so that the average Sierra Leonean go understand with the issues where they are at stake for we all.
Let me talk about the democratic process in this country for the past 6 years since this government came into existence. From your own point of view, how you see the democratic process as a whole?
Nothing to write home about. It compromised. And they don't undermine democracy from the get-go. The 2018 elections in themselves were questionable, the outcome. But then, when that passed, the first by-election we will get now Tonkolimba. You see how the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone take deliberate steps for undermine democracy. That's when it started. When I see 110, then try for undermine the elections. I remember where I go now, the collation center for the collation of the results. Now God, we be say, I be done do my own collation before I go there. I go there, meet them, they put results there where they show say SLPP they lead. And those results where they put up, then they similar to what one of the ministers of SLPP be done post on social media. I just say, excuse me, but I say, hey, I'm not looking at the power. But when I no more say me, Richard Conteh, I don't do my own collation, I get the results. Look at here. Now they begin ask me, hey, this center here, this station, what are the figures? Now I give them the figures. They ask me 5.
Give them all 5.
After I give them the all 5, why is me head now? Now APC the lead. That's how we're able to win the elections. But there's a deliberate effort. We say we're going to Kwedadugu. We see how in broad daylight, Damba, a senior staff of ECSL, he changed the figure, he had 100 for SLPP. For make it say SLPP win the election by 7 votes, when they're supposed to have lost the elections by 93 votes. You know, these types of things now clear efforts at undermining democracy. We see the elections where they know they allow APC, the opposition, for go into the southeast. They barricade the southeast. Even for hold ordinary meetings, even in your party office, they send the police for go scatter una. They tear gas una. We flag bearer don't even allow them for campaign for around the country. That is not what democracy is about. Democracy provide an opportunity for make the people them get a free chance for elect the leadership where they deserve, where they want. And every 5 years in the country, they give the people that opportunity. So if you sure say you do well, you don't need to worry. I remember before the 2012 elections, and Eskoroma said, you know worry, because he believes he will win the 2012 elections. That make where we get Ebola and other national disasters, where Mother Biokam, he take money, he give them. He make the right to all the police mother, then give them security for make he go contribute. That is what should happen. Being in the opposition not make you an enemy of the state. We all for be part of the governance structure. That is why even in parliament you get the government in power and the opposition, but they work together. Even on committees, you get the chairman, you get the ranking member. They have to work together. And until we get to the stage where we foresee the opposition as partner in the development of the country, the government of the country will not go develop. And I think say that those types of things, when I eventually take the decision and I run and I win.
You sure say they win?
Of course I win.
Why make you say they win?
Because I get a broad appeal to this country, because I believe, say, I get what it take for unite this country. I believe, say, I get a very good track record of delivery from my days in academia, to my days in civil society, to my days in politics, and now even in private sector. I get that range of experience, nationally and internationally, where I believe, say, wherever I don't go, I get a track record of delivery, and therefore I believe, say, because of that, people will get confidence in me, and then believe, say, they will support me for make deliver this country. Doc,
you portray yourself as a unifier.
Yes.
Whose role you don't play? We'll come back to the APC, where you don't play as somebody who you consider yourself as a unifier, where you don't play like for settle the impasses, this afaf chamot, this small disgruntled business within the APC for unite the party.
I tell you, sir, they reach out to stakeholders.
Okay.
For try for make we understand the issues and encourage make we come together. I even be part of a small group of some stakeholders where they meet for try for see how would they reach out for bring peace, and a cross section of that small group, they don't even engage with the leadership of the party for try for understand those concerns, and that process is ongoing. You know, because it does not have to be Richard taking the lead, but I can work at in the background for support this process. And with every opportunity where I get for sit down with any APC stakeholder or any group of APC stakeholders, I do also engage them on the need for peace. You know, because peace now an individual decision, not a collective decision. I remember where I've been there in civil society activism, and I've been lead the network on collaborative peace building in Sierra Leone, and we be engaged with the REF and the CDF even before the war they end from 2000 to 2002, where we go there with the REF Namakeni for over 1 week, and the other time we bring the CDF and Lungi we there there for a week. We engage and tell people to understand, say, when those battlefield commanders from both the RF and the CDF, when they take the individual decision and say, me, you do so another defense again, then all man will try for convince like one person, a person try for convince another person, it get a snowball effect, and it will be able to get the critical mass we need for bring about peace. And that, I believe, say, we also need inside with APC, and that's the approach to some of they take. We engage people individually. When we take the individual decision and realize, say, the trajectory what they take is not helpful, but we therefore take individual decisions for say, no, maybe they mix by this division. Yeah. No, I think I know better. Then you will convince the next person, and eventually we'll get the critical mass for come together. But I believe, say, at the end of the day, when we get the right leadership in the APC, some of these issues will be addressed.
So what's the relationship with the big people in my APC?
Excellent. They get along very well. I get tremendous respect for them. And Usai are not agreeing with one issue or the other. I know they talk behind person. When they go to NAC meetings, and when they invite me into the expanded NAC meetings, and they express my opinion. And thank God, they not challenge me when I can give them my own candid opinion on the issues, because they see say that the truth. And I believe, say, now that we need as Sierra Leoneans. Would I for hate that the person will tell you what you want for Yeri? Even when you know say that the wrong thing they tell you, a bad person for you. Would I will tell you what you don't want for Yeri, but when are the truth, a good person for you.
Okay. So how critical be for the APC get a peace for function? One, as an opposition party, we will put pressure on the government, positive pressure on the government. Two, for prepare themselves for the next election.
No, I mean peace, stability, unity, now the APC, now a precondition for we take power in 2028. Now a precondition. No other way. No, they will go get them. So the leadership therefore take deliberate steps for ensure that. And sometimes in doing that, it gets from me sacrificing self. You know, we not believe in pauper inside APC. And nobody not for pauper inside APC. So it has to be me, not to me the world go on. The world not go for them. The world they go on, even after you. You know, and nobody will feel say indispensable. No, nobody. Richard Conteh is not indispensable. APC can do away with Richard Conteh today. APC will exist. Richard Conteh can die today. APC will exist. Anybody can decide for die today. APC will exist. And if we understand that, this world by a stage, we all they come and play with your own parts, and then we move on to eternity to go meet with God. We to go judge we now. It will be helpful so that when you get an opportunity for serve in any role, you will be very careful how you conduct yourself, because posterity will judge you.
Okay, I got one question here from one viewer who they asked. Say, Doc, whose role you play during the election for support Samura Kamara, and if you get a good relationship at this moment?
Well, all man see what happened at Makeni at the convention. That notwithstanding, me are the first person we declare my support for Samura Kamara.
Genuine?
I don't get any reason for pretend.
Okay.
Not when they feed me. Not nobody feed me. Now, my own decision. And this is something I said before the election, before the convention, that if I lose, I'll be the first to throw my weight behind him and support him. I mean, a man of my words. Anything I talk, I did well. And then after that, that evening, they called me, say, Richard, you are not go. I want to make you accompany him to Freetown in 2 days' time. I stayed in Makeda. I think I'm going to be the only major
aspirant.
Yes, contestant. We stay. I stay. I can't wait and Freetown. And all man see me, in fact, Najue, where they organize the crowd for receiver.
What about this last election?
Now they talk about so.
Okay.
Now they talk, this last election, okay. Now they talk about.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm a part of the flag bearer aspirants. We all come together and throw weight. Something will not ever happen. For make all the one day where they contest come together and say, would they support the leader? I was part of that structure. Now me, prepare the first structure for the campaign for Dr. Samura. I'll do a write-up. Then we all come together in a meeting. Now me chair the committees for refine that document. We get a final document for the campaign. After that, I continue for provide technical support to the campaign process, including the process for ensure say the representation. Now the ECSL for ensure say we get the voters register, for ensure say we produce them, and for the first time ever in the history of APC, we produce the voters register and it reach to the districts 2 or 3 days before elections. It not ever happened in a long while in the APC. And I was part of the campaign. I even accompanied Dr. Samura to England, accompany Dr. Samura to some places. I take them in the Mio area. Understand? We go campaign day. We talk to people them for support them. And I even be involved initially part of the coalition exercise before they asked me for stop. So I was actively involved in the process because I believe, say, the people that don't choose Dr. Samura for the APC, and for me, the APC, they're above me. They're above everything else. And if the people have spoken, they go for respect. They will be people. And so I gave my everything in support of Dr. Samura for ensure say win. Unfortunately, will not succeed.
Okay. The program will be watched our Voices at 7. We come to you live on Voices Online TV, on Facebook and on YouTube. You self can be part of the program. Continue for dropping a message in our comment section on Facebook and YouTube. And we still get Dr. Richard Conteh at the studio. The conversation they continue with Doc. And Doc, we don't see currently the MCC compact. This government don't sign them. And you know, of course, we get vast knowledge about this compact, how it operates. So what do you think first about this whole process?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Sierra Leone for where we don't get this compact. Only the hope and pray. Say the conditions precedent for the disbursement of funds could be met.
Okay.
And that, according to the American ambassador, include issues of justice, where they need for address, and then issues of accountability for the people there where bear greatest responsibility for the anomalies will take place in the 2023 elections, and issues around the full implementation of the recommendations from both the Agreement for National Unity and the tripartite recommendations. So those are conditions precedent. But I think as a country, we therefore congratulate ourselves and we say thank God for that. And if you listen to the American ambassador, he also states the work of successive governments.
That's missing a one government.
Not one government.
So you be on the part of the last.
Maybe on the part of the
administration.
The process, and even the current head of the MCC Nami, the employer, and as my benchmarking coordinator. And during that period, we be serve as the benchmarking coordinator, will be meet all the criteria. The threshold criteria will be passed over 10. In fact, will be pass about 12 of the criteria. The only thorny criterion we will be get at the time now being the corruption indicator, were very critical for the MCC. And the reason why we've been fail on that indicator, not because we believe say it been too subjective. The interpretation of the waiting a pass it be too subjective. So I've been going for going to Washington and go sit down with the leadership of the MCC, and we agree on 4 indicators. We objectively verify. We can tell them say corruption is a very subjective criterion. Waiting what they call corruption for we not to corruption. Waiting we they call corruption for we not to corruption. Say for example, what they call lobbying. Say for we not corruption. The waiting we they call Bora, where they go to chief, you give cola. We they call that corruption for we not to corruption. It's part of our culture. I say plus the fact that politics they also come into play in terms of how people in the right interpret happenings in the country. And we get a situation where in the opposition then was very active in civil society, active in the media, in disparaging the government and creating all sorts of false narratives about what they happen at the country. And so if you base your decision on those things, you might have wrong conclusions. So they agree with me. And so we agreed on those 4 things. We include the setting up of the pay no bribe campaign, setting up of the access to information commission, etc., etc. There are 4 things. And we came back, and in 6 months, we were able to meet those criteria. And, well, the day we have to go back to America for go conclude, and then we get the pass and move towards the signing of the compact, and they sack me from the government. That is history. But a few weeks ago, I've been listening to my big brother, Alpha Khan, where he misrepresent what happened. And they try to mislead the public. And he get to mention me, and in very derogatory terms. I just want to throw light.
Go ahead.
According to India Alpha Khan, he say when they start this process in 2008, thereabout, now he be in charge. Me, take up the responsibility in 2013. So literally what he was saying is that in 5 years, he's not able to do nothing. That's what he was actually saying. That then Gian will lead the process from 2008 to 2013, he's able to do nothing. And he be expected for continue for left and day. For make it continue for fail. So because they change them, then give the issue to responsibility to Richard Conteh, it became an issue for him. And not be ever know. The reason I say I never ever come as a surprise to me. Now because Ayeri is say when they appoint me, the first thing we are doing for go America, which is again wrong. Now I do understand why in 5 years it never pass. you know, because you never understand within the MCC. When I take over, the MCC very clear on the structures we for put in place and waiting for happen. And one of the things that we say we for ensure that it is apolitical. That is why, for example, much against the wishes of many, even in my party at the time, we appoint somebody, well, not to APC, as the director of the MCC at the time, in the person of Mahmoud Idris. It was not APC, but I believe, say, he get the capacity, like Sierra Leonean, and I wanted results. And for me, when we are looking out for the right people, political party affiliation not for be the most dominant requirement. Yes, if we so we gave it to Mahmoud Idris, and we cross one of the boxes for the MCC. The next thing we Alpha can know now that after we don't set up the structure, we don't go through the internal consultations, starting from the government right round to the various ministries where they give information for ensure say we continue for pass the criteria. After the set up all of those structures, the MCC say the money we then get for give now American government money, American government taxpayers their money. So therefore Sierra Leoneans living in America for be brought up to speed with the process because their money get for the inside there. So therefore they ask we for make we send a delegation to America for go and meet with Sierra Leoneans in America regardless of their political persuasions. That is what necessitated the trip to America about 6 to 8 months after we don't start the work. The interesting thing is, when we don't set up the trip, who came to me begging for be part of the trip in Alpha Khan?
You wanted to be part of the trip?
Yes, Ika Richard, I want to be part of this trip so that when you go for going to America, by them meeting there, so now me go to introduce you. Can you imagine? A full minister, he reduced himself to accompany me to America only for go introduce me. Of course, I tell her, say, I don't get that power there for put you on my team just for go introduce. I say, I don't believe, say, that are the best way for you use your money. I say, however, go to the president. If in wisdom, if he'll say you go add value to the trip, fine. I say, me no get any objection. So he went to the president. He came back with an executive approval, whether not true now or not true, whether how he gets that document, I don't know.
You not cross-check with the president?
I did not. He had for cross-check with president. We don't see his signature. He had for do. So I did not, because it will appear as if you question the decision of the president, and it can be insubordination. So I did not. I just accept the document of case value.
Transparent and be accountable.
No.
Respectfully.
No. The processing of we documents get for go through stages. Those stages then we'll do the cross-checking. May not be the disbursed money. I understand that. Me just the forward documents. So I forwarded the documents. And we all supposed for travel together. Alpha cannot show up. We took off. Wherever he went to or did not go to, I don't know. Alpha Khan arrived in America, in Boston, the day when they left Boston for turn back Salon. He wasted the country money. So I find that strange that such a person, knowing that background, will even get the audacity. I mean, you understand where they don't give you a job, and you want to keep your job, you feel say the only way we
you want Alpha Khan try for use you.
No. Well, say use himself. Where they don't get this small job for keeping job, if you say you get for say something derogatory. And the only crime where I commit, we necessitate that talking from Alpha Khan. Now because I've been tweet after that first release, I say it be appear as if the US government been the reward bad behavior. And I still stand by that. Now immediately after I tweet, the American ambassador come and provide clarification for say the approval not absolute, that there are conditions precedent. The first approval not been get those conditions precedent. So maybe
because you use this, you think that because you use this concept?
Maybe it contributes. And if you see this current approval, now even from the Congress, it come with conditions precedent. Because I not believe, say, the U.S. government for simply dispense of the legitimate concerns of the opposition, where as regards this government and the way they conduct themselves. Me, however, no say the U.S. government know what makes Sierra Leoneans generally be deprived of this money because of the bad behavior of the government. That is why they are approving the grant, because the money not they come to the government, they come to Sierra Leone. And I'm glad that even in the disbursement, they don't give them to government too. They give the money direct to contractors because they don't believe this government will manage the money well. So
but they sign contracts with them.
Huh?
They don't believe the government, but they sign contracts with them.
No. There's contract with Sierra Leone. You just have to say that they represent Sierra Leone. So, but when they get for begin award the various contracts for the implementation of specific activities, the statements say they will pay directly to the contractors. They already pass the money through government because they don't trust them. So, which is fine, Let Sierra Leoneans benefit. I would pray say, and it will happen. And even those priority areas, now during the time. Now we select those priority areas.
Which one? The energy
and water. Okay. If the money be enough for cover water.
You play role in all this.
Oh yes.
So if you want to take part
because no, it's not about taking glory. It's about Sierra Leoneans benefiting. Remember, for make you get the MCC, it is not about passing or meeting the criteria in 1 year. It's about meeting the criteria continuously for a number of years. So everybody will then be part of the process for don't contribute. But the winner, that's Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Therefore, we get for congratulate Sierra Leone. I also want to congratulate my staff, and they, Goroma, where the director, for the leadership we provide in this process. I'm not surprised, because when I be making the benchmarking coordinator, I see the significant improvement we will be making in terms of meeting the deadline, And then they say, I get a track record. When I've been chief of staff, when I take over, I'll be also get a situation wherein Sierra Leone, they don't suspend we from the EITI, the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. They will not suspend we. In less than 1 year, again, working with my team, we will meet all the criteria and then readmit we to the EITI. And then they get a lot of advantages in terms of we profile in the international community, in the mining sector, and we level of transparency and accountability, etc., etc. So I have a track record of delivery. I have a track record of performance. So I can understand Alpha can feel a small way, then take over the responsibility for them. But
so in the whole, how you feel, but in statement you make, you feel hot?
You're unfortunate. No, I don't feel hot. It's just unfortunate that big man like Inky decide not to be very benevolent to the truth.
Why you not be take phone for column for tell her you mind?
No. I wish Instead do the same. I just ignore him. In the way you bring up the issue now today, I can just take advantage of just clarify the issue, make the public where he been talked to, make themselves understand the truth. Because it's not about him, because he knows the truth and refuse for respect. Now for the people the way they misinform. If you watch in TV appearances, in a part of the misinformation and disinformation agenda of this government, we're really unfortunate, because I believe, say, as a professional, as an intellectual like him, a government will just serve at the highest level for 10 years plus a few months. If you're in a process of integrity, not to you, will come back and begin disparaging. Because when you do that, you're actually saying that you with the talk, not get integrity.
The program will watch now Voices at 7, and the program they continue. I still get Dr. Richard Conteh, where people they call the Unifier at the studio, and we try to wrap up this conversation. Now, Doc, you get people who they ask about she plans them for the grassroots, for unify them, and for if APC give you the chance for lead the party, wouldn't I plan them for the country? Like if the economy, the things that happen, the economy, cost of living, if that things them will fixable.
Yes, they're fixable, and they're simple steps.
Tell me.
We need for first of all, managing the economy. Now, a revenue and expenditure issue. How much you they bring in, how much you they spend. So if you they spend more than what you they bring in, no problem. As it happen now with this government. They spend more than what they bring in. No problem. And why they're not able to bring in resources? Now because the one, then drive away investors, they make the country no longer ripe for investors. And when you take away the investors, you take away the jobs, and they make the country insecure. Two, they increase taxes, increase all the rates and levies across the board, from toll to license fees to vehicle licenses to you name it, every sector. They increase taxes at the port, etc., etc. They even in the Finance Act for 2024 even try to introduce other taxes. We don't even implement it. We go for Kaisai. We go just shoot at even with airport, not the most expensive airport in Africa, and if not the world for land. And all of those things, they affect the number of flights with the Kaisai country, and that they get your effect on the economy. So we get serious challenges with revenue streams where they come. And of course, as I always say, when you increase taxes, then the taxpayer, they find 1,001 ways not for pay. And in the process, the tax collector and the profits. So now that they happen now. The tax collectors, they become filthy rich, the government, they starve. The other part, that's the expenditure side. And one way they don't mismanage the expenditure of this country. Now, when they be the kind of power, they talk say they're not going to do any domestic borrowing. Now, the level of domestic borrowing, it don't go to the roof. Highest ever in the state of Sierra Leone. When they come to power, they find out, say, remember the bank governor in 2018, they talk, say, Salon government or APC being left over $500 million in reserves. That was the reserves we've been there for this country for over 6 months of imports. At the time they be left. Not it at all. Now the reserves were they less than 2 months, which means that a distressed economy within too. So very, very bad. They don't also raise the wage bill. Now we'll be left with it at about 160 billion per month. Now it's over 400 billion.
The wage bill.
Billions, wage bill. And rising. Because every day, then they give new jobs to them, fumble them, to their cronies for exorbitant salaries. Because for them, it's just payback. Just they create embassies without realizing the implications. They also they increase the travel costs. I know now. Cool. He always they travel. He always they in the air, private jets. He they go up and down. He they even pay for make they invite them to events for go talk.
So how is the impact?
Not money
and the cost of living.
Not money they cost. And so all the cause the stress that make the country now it at a very critical stage. The stress. There are simple things where this government is supposed to do. First of all, control expenditure, improve revenue. And there are simple ways we can improve revenue. One, you can pass some laws. You don't need no new money. First of all, when APC come back in power, we go reduce taxes across the board. You may not believe, say, increasing taxes, they increase revenue. I don't believe in that. I believe you go for lower the taxes and broaden the tax base and bring people from the informal sector into the formal sector and encourage them for land for get to the culture of paying taxes. You'll make more money from that. That is one. Two, we go ensure say we reduce therefore the cost of importing goods at the port. We included GST. We currently just when an end-use tax, then the collector at the port, and then at every point of sale, they collect them back. So by the time the end user buy the commodity, but they don't pay over 45% or 30 to 45% of GST. All of those things, they increase the cost. But when you reduce taxes across the board, reduce cost of importation, make GST they pay only once, understand it? It will invariably reduce the cost of the commodities, and that benefit could be translated to the consumer. We also reduce the taxes, then even the disposable income for the average individual, they increase, your salary will increase without even between the salary increase, just reducing the taxes, it will increase your net income, and then when the net income increases, and at the same time the cost of goods reduce, it gets add advantage. So we go do that. We will also ensure say every business investor in this country, currently, when they want for do procurement, whether the bulk of the money they go for the investors they are. They know they originate the investments locally through commercial banks. Then they use their banks abroad. From there, then they pay. From there, they originate transactions. So we banks know they really benefit much from these transactions, from all of these investments. Know they get the desired benefit. So we will ensure that we make it a law that all of these investors want the money for come into this country, and then when you want for do your procurement, you for originator from in country. So the banks will benefit, so the economy will benefit. So even the issue about the shortage of dollar, we couldn't deal with that because there'll be liquidity in the system. Three, we export a lot of minerals, but unfortunately, they export bulk. So they say that they export iron ore, but in that way that they export, there are other minerals. We will not get a scientific means for able to know exactly what's in the inside it, what's at the value, and therefore they will pay the appropriate royalties and related taxes. So we go therefore introduce an export inspection regime. We will allow we for able to know exactly what's in the inside, what are the value, and people pay the appropriate taxes. But more importantly, we will put in place a system for value addition. We will make a mandatory that they export anything raw. Okay. Therefore add value.
Doc, Bob Sinton Kadeaksi, as a former teacher and lecturer, what are your plans for education in Sierra Leone if you get the opportunity for leading APC?
My plan for education now for make education accessible, affordable to every Sierra Leonean across the board, and for make sure say if they are the highest level of quality. They talk correctly about free quality education, but waiting will get lack quality, and it's not also free. And the worst thing that happen to the educational system now, we even with public exams, not getting the value again.
What do you mean?
The so-called WAS exams, Becker exams, because when the results they come out, the same people they get results for subjects they don't even take. Understand that you see picking that they pass WAS with A1. When they go to university, the very first exam, they don't able pass. Even the entrance exam, they don't able pass. So you see say the quality of education don't drop. You also see say when they talk about 6334, they talk about one shift system. They not build one classroom. How school we don't get two shifts? Now you say they forget one shift. You not add new classes.
But these governments, according to the secretariat from the free quality education, say they don't build more classrooms. Even the president talk
No, we side. But they show inside the bill.
They say that the provinces don't build more.
The school not the free to.
One example of Freetown, they say St. Joseph Convent.
Oh.
They do additional blocks.
Oh, yes. Out of over 500 schools in Freetown, they build one classroom at St. Joseph. that means they don't do free quality education. Judge for yourself. Go up country, go Kenema, go Makeni, let them show you. You see, sometimes for the probe, that people they can talk small. So show we side. And when they tell you say free talk, I say Joseph no more. Hey bro, no one at school. You see, sometimes we get for accept with limitations. So we go ensure say when we say free quality education, we go improve upon the teaching learning environment. We include the infrastructure. We will ensure say the teachers are well remunerated, disciplined, and held accountable. We will ensure say the curriculum is relevant to we needs. And we will ensure say when we say 6334, all the things that we go to Ghana, every secondary school get agricultural, they get tractors, they get other equipment for the agricultural department, the woodwork department, the engineering department. Because if you look at the subject school they offer, the GSS, electronics, those funny things, it means say the people forget some practical experience. The whole idea that for the people that will maybe get gift in those technical fields, but maybe not get too much of the session. Then when they finish that level, they don't get the experience, then they can graduate into the polytechnics. We'll go get real polytechnics who will do these trainings. It's not happening. But more importantly, when APC come back in power, we go improve upon how we be left. During APC time, every student, the whole country, where they get admission into a public university, they get at least 75% of the fees paid by government, all in public universities. In addition to that, under Ernest Koroma in APC, we be the ensure say we give grant in aid to deserving students, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your region, regardless of your political affiliation. 3, under Ernest Koroma in APC, we be the give scholarships to all, grants in aid to all female students who they go university for study the sciences. 4, under Ernest Koroma in APC, we will give grants in aid to all physically challenged students who they go university. So what we go do when we come back? We go beyond that, and we go ensure so we set up a loan scheme.
We now get a student loan scheme.
Show me one student we don't go take her. We don't go collect.
Let's student in this.
Show me one.
I will find one. I will bring her.
Find one maybe I can show and say in this we don't do it. So then picking there, because I not see any other picking outside them picking there. Would they do? You see, when you say you are implementing of these things, let it be open and transparent. Let me know how I can access these things. We are going to ensure that it is open, it is transparent. People will be bonded, and every Sierra Leonean, regardless of a political persuasion, not for drop out of a public institution again at this country university because in parents or in wards no will pay in fees. But we'll make that facility available through the banks. Government will put money into the banks, and you can go there and access the funds, and the process for access those funds will be transparent, will be advertised.
Doc, you get one thing that this government, if you not party can power, we then go continue it. Like one single thing, we like this government don't do. If APC can power in the next election, we will continue.
Government is continuous.
You get one to identify.
The term free quality education, we will make an actual because we believe in free quality education. Feeds alone, we will make a reality because we believe, say, every Sierra Leonean not for go to bed hungry.
So you want to say anything not a reality currently?
Show me how much less they don't bring. They don't produce. Show me.
Doc, now you ask you.
We're not the same. You know the now what talking no more. You know the see. You not see the rest. So and thank God this yourself. They don't give the water bad name. The water will touch the bad name. So the water can destroy the rest. Understand? You know for Komoto. They don't live 6 years. We don't see harvest. They harvest.
November we get the first harvest.
They will catch you say the rain be don't destroy the rest. I promise you. If you not be, call me back.
Okay. So as we wrap up now, what you go left to Sierra Leoneans
at
this current state of
Sierra Leone, let we not give up. This is a blessed country. God don't endow this country with huge resources. We get, if I know that they discover mineral deposits almost everywhere in this country. You know, the aeromagnetic survey don't show that, and then they don't do the necessary analysis, and we get huge reserves. We need for doing and for put in place the appropriate law legislations for ensure say those resources then benefit this country. This country is endowed with human capital, good people, intelligent people, smart people. We get for make sure say every Sierra Leonean therefore allow for able to actualize their fullest potentials. 3, we get for make this country the rule of law for be respected. But one day we get the responsibility also for enforcer, for also they above board, and the loyalty for be to the state and not to the individual. We for also ensure say every Sierra Leonean we want for seek redress able to. Every Sierra Leonean, anything where you choose for do at this country, if you have to do farming, you have to do trading, you have for land book, anything you have to do, you have to go to industrialization. The infrastructure for that will be created, the atmosphere, the space will be created for you for actualize your potentials. We get for make we all see each other as brothers and sisters, that we all live together as one body of Sierra Leoneans, determined for make a difference for we all. And I believe so God being will help her, we will achieve that when the APC come back in power.
You believe the APC come back in power?
Sure.
Why make you believe so?
Because the APC go elect Dr. Richard Conteh as their flag bearer, and he will win the elections, the APC will come back in power.
Okay, Doc, I'll for tell you plenty. Thank you for you. Take you time for joining me this morning. Now this program, Voices at 7.
Thank you very much, Elba.
Well, now I had the program Voices at 7 go left you for today. I'll for tell you, una will take una time for watch the program. Thank you to the entire production team, to Rafael Mara, to Almami Conteh, to Med Brown, and the entire production team, to my executive producer Fatima Sisi. We're taking time for produce this program. Till we meet again for another edition of Voices at 7. Mina Arnold Felix. But don't forget for joining me at 9 for We News and current for We News. We will meet you. Fresh News we will meet you at 9. Continue for like, share and comment. Now programs them. One for tell you thank you for the effort on the show for watch we every morning. Till we meet again tomorrow morning for fresh edition of this program. One for say bye bye.
Welcome to Voices Online TV.